In the beauty of this place and the people in this space, there are things this past week we've come face to face with. Our hearts have grown in gratitude, seeing how fortunate we are. While hurdling obstacles to get here, God has gotten us this far. Starting with Palm Sunday travel, while our minds begin to unravel, we have high hopes for what is ahead as we reflect and head to bed. We hit the ground running, splitting into two crews, one with brooms in hand and the other with screws. We finished that roof in only 2 days. 3 minutes, 20 seconds, teamwork, always. Next stop was a kitchen to be painted with concrete. Accompanied by Disney, we were in tune and on beat. A few helping hands helped us finish strong. The hands of those we were here for all along.
People there were very friendly and helpful and kind. But Donna was just so quiet and shy, and she just kind of stole my heart. She came up to me and she held my hand for a minute and she said, "Amigos."
It's really neat to experience that just unconditional love that you literally can't even talk, but you're just sitting next to each other and hugging each other. And anybody that goes on the trip can really, I think, understand that and how that is.
I definitely bonded with one of the girls, Saleh. She just stole my heart. I went over there and sat with her, and that was really a wonderful moment. I knew that in only a few minutes after, we would have to be saying goodbye, which was hard, but she made it easier because as much as I know I kind of wanted to cry, she didn't.
And he was always on my shoulders, and I was always picking him up and throwing him around, and he was always so happy. He laughed at every single thing. It was impossible to be in a bad mood or to be down on yourself when you were just in their presence, because they were just always so happy and so grateful with everything.
We became one family, you know, we're God's family down here is what we are.
So all these students come from different backgrounds, whether it's where they grew up, what organizations they're involved in, what sports they play here on campus. And so to be able to see them all have these different reasons for coming, whether it was they wanted it to look good on their resume, they wanted to go serve, they just wanted to travel the world some more. All these students came for different reasons and really bonded together this week.
You immediately just become friends with the group you go with. And additionally, I was already going with 3 really good friends. So we just built that relationship even more. And 2 of them were other Colombian students from other years. And then one of them was a really good friend from class with me.
The group of people that I went, I definitely wouldn't have met them otherwise.
Sometimes here in college, we put on this face of what other people want to see or who we're expected to be. And in Honduras, that all went away. Everyone was comfortable with who they were and with one another.
And the Duhok family is always one that will support you and that will serve you and serve with you. And that is why the family that we created in that trip still remains today, and they are still very close friends to me.
I certainly look at life a little bit different than before I went on those service trips. And I certainly appreciate the things that I have that I don't believe I appreciated that much before I went on those trips.
I can't even I don't think I even understand yet how much that has changed my life.
I've learned so much from these people. I know myself that 9 years ago my wife passed away, and being a difficult time for some time, going on a service trip was a real healing power for me. After losing my wife, and I've learned how to appreciate the things that I have today and to dwell on the wonderful years that I did have and not to think about the things that I don't have, because I've ran into so many people down there on other service trips also where they've lost family members, and they all seem to be happy because they dwell on all of the wonderful years they had and don't think about the things that they don't have.
One thing I really brought back with me was just trying to be more personable with people and have more of those interactions, just face-to-face interactions, and just being a listener to other people.
That I can pretty near guarantee you, you're going to be a different person when you come back, and you're going to have a totally different outlook on life.
Something that the kids taught me is that you just need to be, sometimes you just need to be there for people and be there with them.
You can't come back from a trip like these and not feel good about yourself.
It's completely life-changing.
Bring it back home, bring it to the places that we need to see it used the most, which was here on Loras' campus.
It was cool to then go experience Dance Marathon with all of the kids that I already know from the past year and a half. I did have a little more appreciation for each of the little kids. I bonded with them a little bit better, like I gave better hugs. And
being the service trip coordinator at Loras, in which I have been able to make that opportunity that I had happen for other students.
Education is just my major right now, and it's just what I'm doing to like be able to do more. Honduras to me is my remembering of like the ultimate reason for it. And so yeah, the reason why I think I do love my major is because a reason is because of Honduras, and it impacts it like 110%, I would say.
It makes me more attentive to students and the recognition that although sometimes it's hard, what I have to do to really engage my students is just give them attention.
I think about Honduras and I think about Stephanie and Maria and everybody, and I'm like, you're meant to like serve children and you're meant to do something of this realm.
As much as we came in our hearts to give, what made this trip worth it was all of the kids. From Las Niñas to Los Niños and football to swimming, there were nights when we left where our heads were spinning. How are they so joyful with so little in their hands? Our lens was surely broadened on our view of these lands. Father Emil gave us insight on why they live how they do, helping people help themselves. Now that's for me and for you. Whether eating meals together or siestas in our hammocks, we had each other's back through burns, in hand we had our sunblock. There are times on this trip that we will never forget. Mafia, fiesta, iguanas, mixed tricks, they're as good as it gets. As we close tonight with our fire, let us always remember, on Loras' campus, we can paint as beautiful as Emilio if we only work together. Wherever it is you go, whoever you become, let Honduras be a part. And as our good friend Alex said, we'll all be in our hearts.
I love you all.